Good morning, everybody. I have a few things that I need to do this morning. Let me put you guys down so that I can talk to you easier. Okay. I have a few things that I have to do today and just in general this morning, although it's not really morning anymore. It's like almost 1 o'clock at this point. Hi, Junie. Yes, I can hear you. I have a dermatologist appointment in an hour or so I'm going to have to leave soon to go to that. But before I go, there are 3 main things that I want to do. Number 1, I need to fill my pill container over here because if I'm being so honest, I, as you guys might know, am on Accutane and I've been really bad about taking my medication. And obviously, like, if you don't take your medication, you're not gonna like see consistent results and you're not gonna get the full benefits. But I've just been traveling so much. I've been honestly going through a little bit of a depressive episode. And whenever I'm like going through an episode like that, I feel like my routines and all of the things that I like feel like I have to do on a day-to-day really go out the window. So I have a lot of things that I need to get back on track. And one of those things is taking pills every day. And not just my Accutane. I should be taking iron supplements every day because I have like kind of low ferritin levels, and also vitamin D, I'm deficient. Lots of people are, but it can help with like hair growth and stuff like that. I also like to take vitamin C. So there's just a lot of things that I need to get back on track of in terms of like my health. Also, I have not been going to the gym. I didn't go this morning, so I'm probably not gonna go today, but maybe tomorrow we can try and get back into a groove. Honestly, this might sound a little weird, but one thing I might do today is go back and watch some of my vlogs from last summer when I was going to the gym like almost every single day, because that honestly motivates me so much because I'm looking back on my past self and I'm like, wow, she really had her shit together and she was so productive. So I honestly might go back and watch some of those vlogs. I don't know why, but I feel like ever since I moved into this apartment, I have just not felt as motivated to film videos and to vlog and whatever. Maybe it's because I'm sharing my space with my boyfriend and I don't want to like encroach on his space or what. I honestly don't know what it is because he doesn't really care like when I film videos. It's not like it's like this big thing, but I honestly thought when I got my own personal space to live and exist that filming would be like a non-stop thing. Like I'd be filming all the time, but it just hasn't been like that. And I've had like no motivation to film videos. It's just been really bad. And my anxiety has been so bad recently. Like even right now, just the thought of like having to go to the dermatologist is giving me anxiety. So I really don't know what to do about that. Just another fun thing that's going on. So anyways, back to the 3 things that I want to do before I go to the dermatologist here in a little bit. I want to, like I said, fill up my pill container and then actually take my medication for the day, but that way it's all filled and I don't have to like go to each individual bottle to like take the medication every day. I can just dispense it. Also, I want to make something to eat before I leave because I haven't eaten anything today yet. And then the last thing that I want to do is put away. I have just a little bit of laundry that's laying on my bed and I want to make the bed. So those are the 3 things that I'm gonna do before I leave. It is, I took my watch off to charge it, but it is 12:54. It takes me about 30 minutes to get to the doctor, so I should probably leave at the absolute latest in 30 minutes. So I really have like maybe 20 minutes to do all of this. We'll see if it's possible. It's probably not, but we're gonna try and get as much of it done as possible. Also, I'm dressed like it's winter today. I have leggings of fleece and socks on, so I'm like completely covered from like shoulder to toe, even though it is 77 degrees outside. I just kind of am in the mood right now to dress like it's winter. I want to be comfortable. I want to be cozy. I don't want to show any skin today. Like, I don't know what it is, but I just feel in order to be comfortable today, I just need to cover up. I'm probably going to be miserable the minute I step outside, but maybe I'll like put on a t-shirt or something. I don't know. 77 degrees is kind of hot. So anyway, let's get to work on my tasks before I leave for the dermatologist. Also, I made brownies. Not good. I keep eating them. I just can't stop. Like, I should not be in the same room as brownies because like I made these like not even 2 days ago and I'm almost done with them. And it's been hard to like restrain myself. Like I honestly could have eaten all of it in one day, but I've been holding myself back. It's always when I'm in a little bit of a life funk that I start to eat really poorly. That's how you can tell that I'm like not doing the best mentally. Ugh, this pill container is always so difficult to get off. It's literally dusty because I haven't filled it up in a while. It's a little dispenser that you know, will dispense your pills. It comes with this little cup and it just dispenses it. It's great. It's great if you're lazy or you have a really hard time taking pills like I do. It makes it so much easier. It's great. Totally recommend. And I think this is the brand Spindo. First task done. Okay, 2 out of 3 things complete. I'm really in a rush right now because it's 1:16 and I need to leave in like 4 minutes. So I'm just gonna do some protein waffles in the toaster. And then I might also do like an applesauce pouch. I am aware that sometimes I eat like a child, but when you're in a rush, I don't have time to make a 3-course meal. I think I might also bring some vitamin water with me. I don't have any that have been in the fridge, so this is just lukewarm. Could be good to get some vitamins. I know these are marketed for kids, but I love them and I eat them all the time. And I love applesauce. Applesauce is good for you. Lots of fiber, which is great. I think we need to, as a society, eat more fiber. There's all this emphasis on protein when I think a lot of us could really eat a lot more fiber. I'm not a doctor, but that's just my opinion. I need to drink some water before I go because every time I go to the derm for Accutane checkups, I have to do pregnancy tests and I have to pee in a cup. So usually I'll just kind of hold it until I go, but I really had to go like 20 minutes ago. So it is what it is. We're kind of risking it today. We'll have to see if I am able to go. I'm just gonna bring them in a paper towel because I don't really feel like 2 waffles is worth making Tupperware dirty. Let me get my purse. Obviously I'm being hyperbolic right now, but there's nothing worse than like food spilling in your purse and then just having crumbs everywhere. Oh my God. It's my worst nightmare. I hate it so much, but there's nothing we can do about it right now. Okay, shoes. Let me get some shoes on. I'm just going for my fake Birkenstock clogs. These are literally from Target and I've had them for years. So don't spend $100 or $150 on clogs when there's so many good dupes that are so much cheaper and they look the exact same. I need to put deodorant on. This is definitely one of the most impractical outfits I've ever worn. I'm comfortable and I'm too lazy to change. There's also just like simply not enough time to change. And then for my fragrance today, Glossier You Do. I love this. So fresh, so fun. Perfect summer scent. Okay, I'm ready to go. Probably not gonna vlog at the derm, but I will chat with you when I get back. Hello again. We meet on the floor of my living room to write a to-do list. I actually haven't used this to-do list, get your shit together pad in a while, and I think today is a day that I'm definitely going to need something like this to organize my thoughts. So I have broken out the good old get your shit together to-do list pad. And right now I'm just gonna sit here and write down all of the easy shit and the tough shit I have to do. And there's a lot that we have to talk about and that I have to do today. First things first, in this vlog, I am going to be making some apartment updates / upgrades. We just received our lease renewal, and I'm 95% sure that we're just gonna stay where we're at. We're really happy with this apartment. I personally feel like the space is great. We just haven't figured out how to maximize it yet to its full potential. And the one thing that this apartment lacks the most is just simply storage. But I think there are things that we can do to improve the situation that we have and that I've just kind of gotten a little bit lazy on. Let's walk through all of the updates and changes that are going to be happening in this video. On the tough shit list, I'm going to write pick up IKEA order. I placed an order today at IKEA for, drumroll, new bookshelves. I'm getting new bookshelves. They're going to be the Billy bookshelves. And I got them in this like oak wood color. So they're no longer going to be white like they are now. I do like the white bookshelves. I feel like it's just a classic bookshelf style, but I do feel like this wooden like oak color would match more with our like centerpiece that we have there, and also just the vibe of the apartment. I really want to warm the apartment up, and I feel like too much white furniture can kind of make it feel almost like a medical building type of thing. So I just want it to be very warm and cozy and homey, and I feel like these oak wood bookshelves are going to be a really good addition. So I'm picking those up from IKEA today. In that order, I also ordered some under the bed storage bins. I have been thinking about getting these types of bins for a really long time. I always had them growing up under my bed, and I would just store like things that I hadn't thought about in a really long time or like didn't really need to look at very often. In this apartment, I envision them being storage for like winter clothes that I'm not going to wear for the next 3 to 6 months. I'm probably going to use it mainly as storage for some of my crew necks. If you guys don't know, I have quite the crew neck collection, and I don't necessarily want to get rid of any of them because it is kind of like a thing that I collect, and I really like crew necks. I wear them all the time. It's one of my favorite types of clothing. I feel the most comfortable in it, and I like having a variety of options. So I got bins to store the ones that I don't wear as often in the summertime, and also just some winter clothes like sweaters, things like that I'm probably not going to wear for a while. And we're going to put those under the bed. So kind of out of sight, out of mind. The bed is kind of off the ground a little bit, so we have plenty of room underneath the bed to utilize that space for storage. We just haven't done it yet. Great opportunity for storage there. Going to pick those up alongside the bookshelves. And then the other thing that I ordered today, it's not going to come until tomorrow, I think, but it is a over the laundry storage shelf. And this is another thing that I've been thinking about getting for months. I've just been putting it off and not biting the bullet because it is kind of pricey. But I think these improvements to the apartment are really going to make a big difference in the functionality of, our day-to-day life. So I think having that storage, we have so much upward space above our laundry machines. And I think having that storage solution in there will give us so much more space to put like random stuff like cleaning supplies, junk, tech stuff, and it will free up a lot of space in our front closet right now that we could be using for other things that are more, functional day-to-day things. So I'm looking forward to that coming. Hopefully it fits. I think it's adjustable, so I'm not too worried about it fitting the space, but we will see. Fingers crossed. Back to the to-do list. We have pick up IKEA order. I forgot to tell you guys this. Yesterday or the day before, I think it was the day before yesterday, I ordered a Roomba. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but it's like an automatic vacuum, and it will just go around and vacuum for you. It's fantastic. It was on sale. I didn't get like a super fancy one because those can be really pricey, but I found one that was really affordable. It does the job, and that's been a huge help because one of my biggest grievances with this apartment is that because it's so small, when the cats come out of the litter box, they track litter everywhere, and right outside of the litter box in the laundry room, like if I'm trying to do laundry, there's litter on the ground, or even if I'm in the kitchen, there's litter on the ground, and I just don't like that. I don't like having to vacuum so often and hauling out the big vacuum to vacuum it up. I would rather just have like an automatic vacuum do it every day. So that's been a huge help the last 2 days. It's crazy walking around and there's just nothing on the ground. It's clean. I love it. I think it's going to be one of the best investments for our space, and because our space isn't very large, it's easy for the Roomba to go around and get everything clean pretty quickly. That's another update. I'll show you him. His name is Eugene. Yes, I did name our Roomba. What else do I need to do today? I have a little bit of laundry to put away. I'm putting that in tough shit because, as you guys know, if you've been watching my vlogs for a while, putting away laundry is my least favorite thing ever. And then for easy shit, I'm going to make the bed. It is unmade right now, but that's going to be really easy to do. Another tough shit thing that I want to do is I have this ginormous teddy bear that I'm obsessed with. My boyfriend got it for me for Valentine's Day. It's so cute, but there's just not enough room for it in this apartment anymore. So I'm going to bring teddy bear to parents' house on tough shit. And if I'm going to my parents' house, I should probably try and figure out if there's anything else that I need to bring with me. Okay guys, I just made lunch. Good news, my bookshelves and the underbed storage bins are ready for pickup at IKEA, so I'm going to head over to IKEA. It's not too far away from where I live, so I'm going to go pick those up. I'm not going to be able to start building them probably right away because I have a few things I have to do, but I'm going to try and see if I can bring them up to our apartment because we have quite a few stairs by myself. If not, I'm just going to leave it in the car based on how heavy it is, and then when my boyfriend gets home, we'll do it together. I'm gonna go pick everything up, so hopefully everything goes smoothly. Let's head to IKEA. Okay guys, the bookshelves have been acquired, so have the under the bed bins. I'm not gonna lie, for a second there I was a little bit worried that we weren't gonna be able to fit the bookshelves in my trunk. I had to move my passenger seat literally all the way up, but it ended up working. We're all good. Oh my gosh, I forgot Pliables is open. Should I? No, we're not gonna do that. I love Pliables, love a good acai bowl, but the prices are kind of outrageous. Like, you're telling me I have to spend like at least $12 on one little bowl like this big. Sometimes, every once in a while, it's okay, but I don't want to get it too often because that's kind of outrageous. Anyways, now that we've acquired the bookshelves, I am on my way back to the apartment. I'm gonna be so honest, I don't think I'm gonna be able to carry these up by myself. They seemed really heavy, which I honestly don't understand because somehow, like, whatever wood they use at IKEA must be like super heavy, because every time that I've gotten a bookshelf from like Target or anywhere else, or just furniture in general from anywhere else that you need to build, I'm usually able to carry it myself. Like, is it heavy? Of course. But I'm usually able to figure it out. IKEA furniture, no matter what it is, I cannot for the life of me carry it by myself. Nothing I've ever gotten from IKEA have I been able to like bring up into my apartment by myself. When I get back to the apartment, I'm gonna test it out and see if I'm able to like pick it up fully, but it's not looking good. Okay. I'm back home. I have 2 of these big bins from IKEA, and as anticipated, I am not strong enough to haul the bookshelves up the stairs by myself. So I'm gonna wait until my boyfriend gets home. I'm also gonna see if maybe my sister can come over and help. I think having 3 people would make it even easier, and then also building them might be easier with my sister. We'll see if she's able to come over. It really just depends with her. Sometimes she wants to, sometimes she doesn't. I'm not holding out hope for that. But in the meantime, I figured I would start going through all of my crew necks. I'm also gonna go through my sweaters, which is on this side of the closet, and put away the sweaters that I'm not gonna wear. The only reason I'm gonna wear some sweaters in the summer is because sometimes I have to wear them for work. So that's what I'm gonna do. That's the plan. Let's get to it. What's crazy is that it still looks full, but I took out so much stuff. So that just shows you how packed in everything was. But now there's room for things to go. Everything's not packed in. It doesn't feel like insanely weighed down. And it's a little bit easier to close it than it was before. So I'm happy with this. On this side, I just took out a few of the bulkiest sweaters because some of these other sweaters I'm gonna need to wear for work soon. But then I have all of my like summer clothes in the front. I am pretty happy with that. I think it's a good time to check in with our to-do list from earlier. See what I have on here. Put crew necks in under the bed storage, done. Pick up IKEA order, done. That's pretty much it. So now we have 3 things on the to-do list done. I did just add something new to it because I thought of something and I need to do some of my boyfriend's laundry. Major update, I kind of forgot to film while we were building the bookshelves, but I'm kind of glad that I didn't because otherwise I feel like I would have been kind of stressed. But we're in the midst of bookshelf reorganization. I'm gonna show you what they look like. I'm so happy with them. I went with the oak color in the Billy bookshelves from IKEA. Really loving it. I know the Billy style is like the most popular bookshelf style, so I felt like you just can't go wrong. So I'm gonna do a few things different with these shelves than my last shelf. For one, I've decided to kind of switch which one has which genre on it. The one closest to the kitchen area is gonna be fantasy now, and then the other one's gonna be romance, whereas before it was flipped. But I'm currently in the process of figuring out how I'm gonna lay out and organize all of the books. It might take me a while, and I might change it around a few times, but I'm just so excited. They're so much bigger. There's so much more space. I feel like I'm gonna be able to fit all of my books on these shelves, and I'm just so excited. So let me show you. This is what they look like. They're so tall, and they're so much wider than my last ones were. I'm obsessed. I've already put all of my favorite romantasy in the middle here, and then I put all like Fourth Wing because I have so many. Like, it's actually kind of ridiculous how many editions of Fourth Wing and Iron Flame and Onyx Storm I have. And then up here I'm gonna do some more like classic series like Hunger Games, Harry Potter, and maybe Twilight as well. And other than that, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of just playing it by ear. But then over here is the other one. Just as big, the exact same. I think I'm gonna put all my romance, thriller, and maybe some literary fiction as well. I have all of my books in piles on the couch. It looks kind of crazy. And then I think I'm gonna try and also put the books that are on here on the shelves if I can, because I would love to be able to get more of these bins and use this purely as storage. And then I'm also thinking about not having a TBR cart anymore, just because I feel like it doesn't really do much for me. Like, it's not really giving me the visual aid of like, oh, I just finished the book and my TBR cart is getting less and less. I think in that way it would help me, but I'm not really using it in that way, and it kind of just acts as book storage. So in an ideal world, I would be able to put all of those on the shelves, but we'll see how it all works out. And the same goes for this little shelf over here. I eventually would love to repurpose that as storage with cubes, just like this cube organizer. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm gonna continue organizing these, and I'm just so excited to have these bookshelves and to have more book storage space, and it feels like a long time coming. So I love them. This is where I'm at right now. This is not going to stay here. I'm just using it as a light right now. But this is where the bookshelves are at. Obviously, I haven't organized any of the stacks that are still there. We had to do a lot of going to the trash to dispose of all of the boxes. So there's a lot of just like piles randomly everywhere. And I'm going to go more in depth and do some more organization tomorrow, but I'm so tired and I think it is time for me to go to bed. So hopefully more organization and just more clarity on like how I want to organize the shelves tomorrow. Maybe I'll watch some videos, try and get some inspiration, because I'm not really sure what I want to do right now, and I'm kind of just putting books randomly on the shelf and kind of seeing how I feel. Yeah, that's where I'm at. I am so tired from all of the building of the shelves and organizing and bringing stuff to the trash and everything. So I'm gonna go to bed, but I will give you guys more of an update tomorrow.
Hello? Okay, that's everything.
Good morning. It's now the next day and I have quite a lot of work cut out for me today in terms of organizing books. As you can see, I have lots of piles going on. I left a lot of piles on the shelves themselves, so lots of book organizing to do today. I also am working on bringing all of the books that are on my TBR cart over and trying to fit them on the shelves as well. We'll see where we go today. I don't know if it's going to be enough room for every single one of my books, and it might be a good idea for me to kind of go through as I'm putting books back on the shelf and pull out any ones that I feel like I might want to unhaul. So that's something that's also on my mind. But other than that, I also have my laundry storage rack that is going to be delivered sometime soon today. So that's another project that we're going to have to handle at some point today, but I'm hoping that that will give us a lot more storage and we can really utilize that upward space in our laundry room. But I have to say, waking up and looking at the bookshelves, I am just obsessed with them. We did end up having to take down, I had two white paintings like on each side of that large painting. I did have to take them down because where they were placed, the bookshelves were just too wide and it was overlapping with where the painting was, so I had to take it down. But I'm kind of liking just having this one center painting. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, because we do still have the white paintings and I could still put them on either side. I'm trying to line this up, either side like they were. Also, the way that the books are organized right now, I don't know if I'm gonna keep it that way. I might change some things around today. I've already kind of been thinking about, on this bookshelf, which is now the fantasy bookshelf, making it like adult fantasy at the top and then series in the middle and then like YA at the bottom, because I feel like I reach for YA less frequently, but I still want them together. So I'm thinking in terms of like functionality of the bookshelf, that makes sense to me. The romance bookshelf is also going to house all of my thrillers and literary fiction, as well as like historical fiction, so kind of just all of the straggler genres that we've got going on. But as you can see, I haven't stacked any of the books. These are all just like straight lines of books. If I needed more space, I could add stacks to them and save some room that way, but we're not there yet. we'll have to see. But these bookshelves are just such a major improvement. I'm obsessed with them. I just took a shower. I'm feeling really tired, but also excited to get these bookshelves organized. And I need to finish putting all of my after shower hair products in, and then we can get to work organizing the bookshelves. I'm so excited. I hope you guys are excited as well, because it's been a long while since I got a new bookshelf. I am just excited to have better quality ones that have more shelves on them, and to kind of expand my collection. Let's get into it. But first, as I said, I do need to finish doing my hair. I just took a shower. I haven't put any product in it. I've just been drying it. My hair is so long. I really need to get a haircut. This is the longest my hair has been in years. Like, it is super long. I think that's all I'm gonna do. That's all I have the energy for. Now we can go organize the bookshelves. Okay, I think, raise that up a little bit. I think I have finished organizing this bookshelf. It took me honestly over an hour to do. I have been just rearranging, putting things places, seeing how it fits, and then moving it around if I don't like it. And I think I like this. It might change. I honestly didn't realize how many fantasy books I had, because a lot of them were on my TBR cart, and then a lot of them were over on this little cube shelf over there that I know I've shown you in other videos before. And I'm trying to see if I can fit all my books on the shelves without using either of those. But if I had to pick between the two, I think I would rather keep the TBR cart, because I feel like that has a specific purpose. Whereas that little cube organizer thing just kind of is this catch-all, and I feel like it just makes our place look a little bit more cluttered. And I'd rather have something there that's specifically for like the front door. I don't know, because maybe I could keep it there, use it as storage, make it, you know, more efficient for the space, whatever it is. But as of right now, I'm kind of leaning towards keeping the TBR cart, just because I feel like I was a little bit surprised with how many fantasy books I had, and it was really hard to fit them all on the shelves. And I actually have a big stack here of books that I'm gonna see if friends want, or if I might just have to unhaul them or bring them to my parents' house, because these books just wouldn't fit, and they're the books that out of all of my books I wouldn't mind not having on my shelves, in like maybe putting in storage or giving away or selling to half price books. So it's kind of a mixed stack of things, because some of them I would still like to keep. I think I could probably just store them at my parents' house or put them, you know, in a storage situation. That's where we're at with this shelf. There is still a little tiny bit of room at the bottom for maybe like 3 books if I wanted to grow my collection, but this is really opening my eyes to the fact that I have so many unread books and that I really don't need to be buying anymore. I think I've been pretty good recently about not buying new books, but this might be the motivation I need to go on a book buying ban. So we'll see how things go with the other shelf. I haven't even, like, all I did yesterday was just start putting them on, but as I did with this shelf, I'm gonna probably need to stack some up like that. So once I do that, we'll see how much free space I have on that shelf. Obviously that shelf is gonna be a more diverse mix of genres. It's gonna have romance, literary fiction, historical fiction, thriller, mystery, all of that. So we're gonna have to see if I have enough room to fit all of that on there. And if not, then I think I'm just gonna have to keep using the TBR cart, which is fine. I think I just need to find a more functional way to use it. Maybe not putting as many books on it as I was, because I feel like I said yesterday, I think I said it yesterday, I feel like the TBR cart is just becoming another bookshelf at this point, and I would rather use it the way that it's intended, but I need to figure out how to do that in a way that makes sense for me and that's actually going to like work with my brain in the way that I think. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, another option would be to just keep using the top 4 cubes in this organizer as shelves and then just put 4 cubes in the other cube organizer over there that I was using as a bookshelf and use that as storage. So like that's an option as well, and then that way we would be getting rid of the TBR cart and we would be increasing our storage over there. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to think about it some more. This is good though, because honestly there are a lot of books that I probably am just never gonna read and that I need to just let go of or put in storage. I'm gonna start working on the next bookshelf. I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this. Like it is kind of like opening my eyes to how many books I have, and it's really motivating me to go on a book buying ban. So maybe this summer I will go on a book buying ban, which is hard because the summertime I feel like is the time of year when I buy the most books. I don't know, maybe that's not true. Maybe in the wintertime, because I'm inside so much, I want to go to the bookstore and buy more books because I feel like I have all of this motivation to read. Maybe I'll make it, I'm going on a trip to Boston and Salem in the fall, so maybe I could do a book buying ban up until then, because I am planning to go to multiple bookstores while I'm there. That could be an idea. That's kind of a really long book buying ban, but I guess that would force me this summer to make good progress on my physical TBR, which I really need to do. I'm getting a little overwhelmed, but I'm also having fun. I enjoy doing this. I think it's fun. I like seeing the final product, and I like really thinking through how I'm organizing the books. I like displaying them in a certain way, and I'm just really happy to have these bookshelves. They're so massive, and they're just such a big upgrade from the ones that I had before, so I'm so happy to have them. I'm gonna start working on the next bookshelf now. I think I'm done for now organizing the bookshelves. I think it'll probably change at some point or another. I will go through and move things around and reorganize the books. But for now, I don't think I can look at these shelves anymore. I'm not feeling as inspired. I have all of the books on there except for my history books, which are books that are like nonfiction about history. So I feel like I could find another place to put those easily. But other than that, obviously I have my stack of books that I'm thinking about either unhauling, re-gifting to friends, or putting in storage at my parents' house. It's a pretty small stack. And then I think I had like 1 or 2 books off of the like romance and various genre shelf that I wanted to unhaul. But let me show you what the shelves are looking like. They are currently holding, like I said, every single one of my books, except for the ones that I'm going to get rid of, give to friends, or put in storage, and my history books, which I think I'm just gonna have to find another place to put them. Maybe I'll put it in one of the storage cubes because there's not that many of them, and I feel like they could fit easily in one of those. Happy Saturday. It is almost 2 o'clock already and I don't even know how that happened, but as you saw earlier, I went to the gym. Gym routine has been really sporadic recently and I'm trying to get back into it. So today I went. I just did an hour of cardio. It was great. I feel really good after doing that, but I actually have to get an oil change at 2:45, so that's in about an hour and the place is 30 minutes away. So I have about 30 minutes to quickly take a shower, change, get ready, situate myself, and head out. So yeah, I don't have much time to talk, but later today when I get back, I want to show you guys some of the apartment updates that we've made. I know I showed you a lot of the bookshelves, and I talked a lot about the shelf that we were going to get for the laundry room. Well, the other day we actually did build it and we finished it and it's been up for like 2 days, but I didn't vlog anything yesterday, so I didn't have a chance to tell you. I will show you that when I get back today from our little outing after our oil change. But as of right now, I really need to take a shower and get ready to go. It has now been many hours since I got home from getting an oil change and everything. It's actually like past 9:30, so I took a shower and I've just been resting because I've been so tired today. But I promised you that I would show you some of the other apartment updates that we did, so let me show you what we've done. First, I got 4 new cubes for this cube storage. It used to have books on it, but I wanted to use it as more storage, so I got those today and put them together and put them in the cubes. So I'm really happy with this. I think it's gonna be a really good storage opportunity for me. I'm not quite sure what I'm gonna do with my TBR cart now that I have taken all the books off and put them on my bookshelves. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. I don't know if I'm gonna repurpose it. or if I'm just going to bring it to my parents' house and store it there, but only time will tell. The AC is going right now, so it might be a little bit loud in here, but this is the other major apartment upgrade. We built this rack, and it's basically a big laundry storage rack. So I eventually want to put like bins up here on the top and use it for like random storage, like kitchen appliances that we don't use as often, random tech stuff. A lot of the stuff that we're currently storing in our front closet, I want to repurpose and move over here. But right now we just have all of the laundry stuff, and it's perfect because these containers are the ones that I get from Costco for laundry, and having them set up here where I can actually like pull off the cup and use it is just perfect. So it was a really big pain to put together, but I think it was worth it, and it turned out really well. Anyways, that's everything that we have done to update the apartment. I got those under the bed bins. I got new bookshelves, which I showed you. I did kind of clean up the area a little bit today. It's definitely still a work in progress because I don't know if I will eventually rearrange the books or move things around or whatever. So I did go to Half Price Books the other day and sell my big stack of books that was literally sitting on our little cube organizer for months and months and months. So that was really productive of me. Yeah, right now I'm just gonna leave the bookshelves as is, but maybe I will have an idea for how to improve them eventually. And then the other updates are the ones I just showed you about getting the cubes for the cube organizer and building the laundry rack, which, like I said, was an absolute pain, but worth it for the functionality. For the rest of the night, I think I'm gonna read, or at least try to read. I fear I'm entering a book slump right now because ever since I finished The Nightingale, which is my most recent read, which I don't even think I talked about that on this channel, but I rated it 5 stars. It was really great. I think most people probably have heard of it and have heard other people recommend it, but yeah, I would 100% recommend it if you are into historical fiction. It's deeply emotional, really moving, and just a great book. So 5 stars, but I just finished that, and I feel like sometimes when I finish a 5-star read that's like really good, I have so much trouble getting into another book because I'm kind of just like still thinking about that 5-star read, and I feel like nothing's gonna compare to it, and it feels kind of stupid like going from a really deeply emotional read like that to like something fun and like super, I don't know, trivial or lighthearted. I don't know why, but it's like hard for my brain to like move from like a deeply emotional story to like a really lighthearted, you know, easygoing one. So I have been picking up quite a few books here and there. For the last 2 months, I've finished our book club book. The Nightingale was our May book club book. Our June book club book is Sense and Sensibility. So I have started it very briefly. I'm just a few pages into it. I was reading it a little bit at the gym today, but it's definitely a more dense read in terms of the language is a little bit harder to read. Like, I'm not just gonna like sit there and like knock out 50 pages at once. It really takes a lot of like digesting the words to understand it because it's written in like older English vibes. So obviously it's Jane Austen. That's going to be, I think, a more dense read, and it's going to require like undivided attention. So I'm not really feeling that today for my nighttime reading. But I also did start to read Dance of Thieves, and I can tell that I'm really going to like this book, but I'm just not sure if I want to read it right now because since I feel like I'm going into a slump, I just feel like I wouldn't be giving it its due diligence, and I can tell that I'm really going to like this book, but I'm just like, I don't know if I'm in the mood for it. And so that's why I'm like, I don't think I would be giving it its proper dues. So I don't really know where that leaves me. I mean, obviously I have so many books, but it's just like, I don't even know what genre I want to read. I'm not really in the mood for romance, I don't think, but I'm also not in the mood to like learn a whole new world. Yeah. I'm also in the middle of Crescent City House of Sky and Breath. I think I'm maybe like 200 pages into this, so not super far considering how large this book is, but this is also another option. I have the audiobook, so I could audiobook it, but again, I'm just like, this is so much information and so much world building, and not even world building, but just like it's very plot heavy, and there's so many characters, and there's so much that you have to understand and keep track of. So this is also really, like, I would consider a challenging read, and I just don't know if I'm like mentally in the place for a challenging read. Maybe I will end up trying to, continue this a little bit tonight. Or maybe I'll get into Dance of Thieves a little bit more. I don't know. I also have so many books on my Kindle that I've picked up here and there, and I just don't know. I don't know. I really have no idea what I'm in the mood for. So we'll find out. To the gym. This really feels like one of my old style vlogs, and I'm kind of loving it because I feel like I used to be so proud of my vlogs, and then recently I just haven't felt proud of them. I don't know if I was talking about this in this vlog or if I was just talking about this with somebody, but I feel like my vlogs recently, at least since I moved into my apartment last summer, just have not been the same since I now have to share my space with somebody. I'd never had to do that before. I had my own bedroom, so I could film whenever I wanted without having to worry about bothering somebody or filming in front of somebody. But now that I live with my boyfriend, I have to be considerate of his space and time, and we have a pretty it's not super small or anything, but we do have a 1-bedroom apartment, so it's not it's massive and there's tons of places for me to go film. So I feel like that has kind of naturally deterred me from filming as much as I used to at my parents' house when I had my own bedroom and my own space that nobody else really inhabited. That's something that I want to work on because obviously my boyfriend doesn't care if I film. It's more of my own mental block of thinking oh, am I bothering him, or am I is this embarrassing kind of thing. I hate filming in front of other people. It's so embarrassing. But obviously he doesn't care. I don't really care if he sees me film, but it is just kind of a weird thing to pull out a camera when we're just sitting there I don't know. Anyways, I need to get over that. But I don't have any plans today except for the fact that I might actually go home to my parents' house at some point. I have a few things that I want to drop off there. I store a lot of my stuff there. I would say honestly probably the vast majority of my belongings I store in my parents' basement because they have a huge basement and it's not full in the slightest. So it's just all this storage, and a lot of that stuff I honestly need to go through and sort through because a lot of it I'd probably end up getting rid of. It's all mostly things from high school or college or even when I was younger, things like that. Anyways, I have a few things that I want to bring home because we just don't have space for it in our apartment right now, and one of those things probably seen it in a video. That being said, that's my only plan for today. I would, like, in a perfect world, love to sit down and plan some video ideas and, you know, schedule out like when I'm gonna film videos for the next month. I haven't done any sort of like planning for June. I used to be so much better about this last year. I don't know what it is about this year and like my organization and routines, because they have just absolutely fallen apart. And last year I feel like I was really on that grind. Like I every month was doing like some sort of like reset, whether or not I was filming it or not, but I would, you know, go on my Notion and I would update it, or I would plan out my filming schedule, or I would, you know, write all of my monthly activities that I had planned and scheduled like on my physical monthly calendar. Like whatever it was, like I was actively doing that. And also I was going to the gym most days. Obviously I had a few off weeks there, here and there, when I was like traveling for work or going on vacation or whatever, but I was on my gym grind. This year I feel like I've been so off my gym grind, like it's been so inconsistent. And I think it's just because I've been traveling, yes, but also I think winter hit me a lot harder. Like the winter blues hit me a lot harder than I was expecting this year. And like towards the beginning in like fall time, I was feeling good and still productive. Like I did my mood reading vlog, I did that thriller reading vlog. That was really fun for me to do, and I felt really proud of those videos. And then I did my February, like the next reading vlog I did with my February like romance reading. Like I literally didn't film another reading vlog for like 3 months in winter because I was just so like down and I didn't want to pull out the camera. Ever since then, I feel like I've been going through another like low point. Like February I felt okay because that's my birthday month and I always get excited for my birthday and, you know, whatever. But since like March, I feel like I've been going through another like just like slump, and I just don't want to film. Like I feel really low energy, really tired, and it just sucks because when I'm like that, I just get into like a habit of like continuing to do the things that keep me in that slump. Like when I don't have any energy and I have no motivation or whatever, I don't go to the gym. And because I'm not going to the gym, you know, I'm like, well, I'm not going to the gym anyway, so I might as well just eat whatever I want, like comfort myself because I'm not feeling good. And then that makes me feel like crap, and then I feel low energy and I have no motivation, and so I don't go to the gym. And like it's just like cyclical. On Friday I told myself that this weekend I would try and get back into my gym grind. I went yesterday, as you guys saw, and it actually went really well. I was on the treadmill for like over an hour. Anyways, it's time for the gym, so let's go get our workout on. Now home from the gym, and I took a shower and I played a little bit of Animal Crossing, but I'm making breakfast. But I wanted to give you a little bit of a Whole Foods haul. First we have almond milk. I like this because it's only 3 ingredients, so it doesn't have anything inflammatory in it. It's literally water, almonds, and Himalayan pink salt. Doesn't make my stomach hurt. I also have these Unreal. These are like my favorite sweet treat that just like aren't too bad for you, I guess. So I like these a lot. I got Truvani plant-based protein vanilla protein powder. This is one of the only certified gluten-free protein powders that I have been able to find. It is insanely expensive, but it was on sale at Whole Foods. That's why I justified it. I also got this Whole Foods gluten-free shells chickpea pasta because it has 12 grams of protein per serving, which is kind of crazy. So I'm gonna try that out. And then I also got a certified gluten-free marinara sauce from Whole Foods. And then the famous bread. So good. I'm gonna have some right now for breakfast with some jelly jam, whatever, on it. And then I also got just plain bagels as well that are gluten-free. And these are certified, even though they're the 365 like Whole Foods brand, they're certified. That's my grocery haul. I'm now gonna make breakfast. I don't know, maybe I'll make a coffee, but I did just have an Alani at the gym, so we'll have to see. But after this, I think I'm just gonna keep playing Animal Crossing for a little bit, and then maybe I'll read a little. But this afternoon I'm gonna go over to my parents' house and drop off the stuff we talked about, and I have to gather some items for that trip. So that's my day. Nothing exciting.